Adda is the newest restaurant by Unapologetic Foods. We have a bunch of restaurants in the city. Semma, which was named the #1 restaurant in New York City by the New York Times. I used to be a chef at the world-renowned 11 Madison Park, which is a 3 Michelin-starred restaurant. I really wanted to cook food that was more my style, that speaks out to me. As the Chef de Cuisine, I am responsible for everything from what ingredients come into the restaurant to how the food that is prepared and plated goes out of the kitchen. It's been one hell of a journey. Good morning, guys. My name is Neel. I am the Chef de Cuisine at Adda. It is 10:30 in the morning. I have to pick up some fish for the restaurant, so I'm heading to Aquabest. Follow me, let's get going. So we're here. I'm here for the pomfret. We have a dish on the menu, the Malvani Machi curry. This dish should only be made with this fish. And why is it so important that you have this fish on the menu? Is the integrity of the dish. The region where the dish comes from is Malvani, which is in Maharashtra, which is where I'm from. I can get it frozen from a ton of places, but the only one who can get it for me fresh is this man standing right here.
I used to travel all around the world and making fishermen friends around the world. So when Neel came in and said, hey, I need pomfret for this dish, I know exactly where to get it.
Steven and his men are going to fabricate it in front of us. None of my boys back in the kitchen have to do it, so I save a lot of labor. It's a win-win for everyone. We're going to put it on ice and we're going to take it back to the restaurant. At the restaurant, these will get marinated in some turmeric, some salt, some lemon juice. We have a beautiful Malvani fish paste masala. There's a lot of nostalgic value to this fish, which is why when people see it on the menu, they're absolutely mind blown. My deliverables, and
there you go.
There they are. Amazing. They're all set. Thank you. Welcome to Adda. If you look at the interiors, right, you're going to see a lot of touches of retro designs and a lot of vintage matchboxes. But the one thing I really like to always talk about is this beautiful wallpaper that we have. I have Dhamaka, which is the restaurant I used to work at before this. I have little Indian slang like kya scene hai, which means what's up. I need to get this fish in the walk-in. It's the fish, it's the pomfret.
Hi, Chef. How are you?
I am going to go get changed now, and then I'm going to have a little meeting with my morning sous chefs. These are my sous chefs. Without them, the team would not be what it is. When I'm out there getting fish, they're the ones who are making sure that the kitchen's tight, the deliveries are coming in, they're being put away the way they have to be put in. How are we looking on deliveries? Everything's come in? Everything's come in, everything's been put away. What are we doing for chaat? What do we have in-house?
We can do the lotus root chaat.
Yeah, let's do the lotus root as the hot one for today. And let's do the papdi one as the cold one for today. Chaat is the quintessential Indian-style street food. The word literally translates to lick, and that's because it's so delicious that everyone ends up licking their fingers. So we're looking good, guys?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, let's get started. A big part of my role as Chef de Cuisine here at this restaurant is making sure that the restaurant's looking super tight. I'm going to go into the walk-in, I'm going to go into the dry storage and make sure that everything is in its place. Everything's looking neat, organized, and just the way up to my standards. I come from fine dining, where everything was meant to be at 90-degree angles with each other. For example, these boxes, right? This place has labels. It's designed to go here so that everyone knows where it is. Dry storage looks tight. I am in the walk-in. I'm coming at night to do my orders, right? And when I reach the sheet which has my dairy list on it, I should be able to look at one rack and finish it all in one go. This is all about having everything in its place, as the word mise en place literally translates to, and making your life easier. 2 of my big tasks, which are super important to me, are done. So it's 12:30 noon right now, and one of my major tasks for the day is to come and make sure that everything that's being produced is up to par. This is Saad, one of our senior line cooks. He has started cooking some lamb offals, tidbits, and some trimmings. So we source so much lamb on the menu that it's impossible for us to put every little cut on the menu as an individual standout dish. So what we thought is that why don't we just incorporate and make a lamb butter out of it? The livers, the offals, they take a lot of time to cook. So he has that going on. I see that it's coming up to the consistency that I wanted at, where it is coating my spoon. So I am going to give this a quick taste. It's exactly where I want it to be. It's not too salty. This is for the lamb parcha. So the lamb parcha is hands down one of the most popular dishes on the menu. It's thinly sliced lamb leg. It gets slowly simmered in a saffron cashew based sauce, and they get finished off with lamb butter. This has to be the most popular dish that we have. When we are thinking of a lamb dish, what we are thinking is how do we give you so much lamb in one flavor where you're like, okay, I can actually taste the lamb in this. This is why Indian food, I feel, sometimes gets a bad rep because you can't distinctively tell and eat each flavor. And we're trying to kind of break that wall. I'm gonna go take this to the prep kitchen and finish processing the lamb butter. This is basically the service kitchen. Anything related to cooking happens here. We don't have any of the big bulky equipment like the Vitamix and the Robocoop or the KitchenAids in this kitchen. This gives you the mindset that this is where the food comes out from. No big tasks should happen here. We have a little relay going on here. I'm gonna pass off the cooked lamb, the offals, the trimmings off to Shubham, and he's gonna finish off the lamb butter. I'm gonna start rolling out the dough for the papri chaat. He finished making of the dough. It's been resting. The gluten kind of relaxed. My old friend, the KitchenAid, the reason that we don't have the same charts on the menu every day is we wanted to do something different. If you came in on a Monday night and you had two charts, A and B, when you come back on Thursday night, the charts are going to be C and D. It gives you that little element of surprise that, oh, I wonder what charts they're doing today. This is for the papri chaat. Thin, super crispy wafers made with flour and clarified butter. Layers of potato inside of it. 3 chutneys, tamarind and mint chutney, sweet yogurt, pomegranate, all layered up. So every time this goes to the table, the one thing we always tell them to do is mix it up and then have your first bite because it's supposed to feel like an explosion of flavors in your mouth. And now I'm just gonna separate up the layers. Now that the papri dough is done, I'm gonna hand this over to the cooks who are responsible for the chaat and they'll give it a fry. They'll stay fresh and crispy for service. It is 1:15 right now and it is time for me to fix the marinade for the lamb chop. It's a marinade that's made with ghost chili peppers, ginger garlic, mustard oil. Chef Gurmeher is working right now on the lotus root. That's the second chart for the day. Just look at this. Isn't that beautiful? That's nature's creation. Fun fact, Gurmeher and I went to school together and it's such a privilege having him in the kitchen working as my sous chef. On to the next task. I have the marinade with me right now. As you see, super intense, super strong. Gloves because this is ghost chili and I do not want to touch my face even by mistake or rub my eyes. So I'm going to give it a quick mix. This marinade is for the dish half-pound lamb chop. These beautiful lamb chops that we cut Hasselback. We stuff it with onion and the marinade goes deep inside those different slits. Because usually what happens is when you make a lamb chop, right? All the marination just sits on the top and the flavor doesn't actually permeate through the lamb. When we did this, it created slits in the lamb. So the marinade was able to permeate all the way through. It's good. But it does need that yogurt to like really, really round off the flavors. So just Greek yogurt, whisk it in, and then let's see how it tastes. I am gonna add a little bit of salt. So now that this is done, I'm gonna quart this sauce back up and I am gonna pass it on to Shubham, who is gonna then later marinate these lamb chops. I could use a spatula or I could use my hands. And as much as it is about the cost point of view and as much as I could say that this is probably 70 cents of yogurt and 70 cents into 52 is that much, it's just that it's so delicious that I don't want to waste any of it. The marination is done. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be making the sauce for the peppercorn bone marrow. It's a roasted 7-inch bone marrow. It's finished with this beautiful sauce of curry leaves and green peppercorn and it gets served with a side of bread slathered with coconut butter on top. I love curry leaves. I feel they're one of the most indigenous ingredients to India. I am looking for these curry leaves to really soften. Curry leaves have a fibrous center that runs through the leaf. The sauce would come out really grainy and we had to strain the sauce a lot. And when we cut the curry leaves really fine and thin, they soften much faster and the sauce comes out really nice, green, smooth. I have this beautiful sautoir just going on with some oil, some onions, some ginger, some green chilies, and some curry leaves. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil here. We are an Indian restaurant, but we have a lot of beef on the menu. Yes, it's the animal that's worshipped in India, and it's not consumed in probably 70% of the country, but there is still a population of the country that consumes the protein. We just wanted to pay homage to all the flavors of the country, not from a particular region, but through the length and breadth of the country. I'm gonna add a little bit of turmeric powder, coconut milk. It's perfect. Cooling the sauce down maintains the color of the curry leaves. The longer this stays hot, the more the curry leaves will discolor, and that's not going to make the sauce look very nice and bright. Look how smooth that is. This gets taken to the kitchen upstairs, gets finished. I have a meeting now to attend. I have a meeting with the business development team, but guess who's here? The big boss. The big boss. It's the chef owner and the big boss at Adda. And all of Unapologetic Foods, actually. He's been an incredible mentor.
I'm just at his service. I just come here and, I learn from all these guys. There's a young team over here, super talented. And I just come for my own selfish reasons to run from them and just help him in whatever ways I can.
For someone like him to hand me this restaurant and be like, you run it the way you want to, and like this is your restaurant, it's incredible. I'm gonna head for my meeting, chef.
Yes.
So I'll see you.
Thank you.
Thank you, chef. Thank you. Thank you. It is 3:30. I am heading for my meeting with Sadhya and Mike. Sadhya is the business development and Mike is the beverage director for the whole group. Since we've opened up, we've changed a bunch of the dishes on the menu, including the cocktails. So when we opened the restaurant, we had a pre-opening photo shoot, but some of the dishes are not on the menu anymore. Some of the dishes have been changed. We need something of the Bihari Gosht Kebab. We have nothing. We have no picture of this at all. You don't have anything.
Changed the menu so many times.
We've worked so hard on this menu that having it photographed and having the food look sexy in the pictures is very important in luring the guests and new diners to come into the restaurant and try something.
And then how many times have you seen a picture somewhere on the web or Instagram and
exactly.
you're like, I want to go try this item, and then you come in.
Yeah.
We've changed the chutney trios, so we actually have the onion now on.
Yeah.
So we should probably get a new picture of that as well.
Yeah, so just let me know on a date and just let me and Mike know on a date. Probably we can loop Erin in. It is 4 o'clock and we are 1 hour away from service. This is when you'll see that the kitchen is most chaotic. I read this beautiful quote which says, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. And this is peaceful for us, right? No guests walking through the door. It's so peaceful right now. The more we push right now, the more peaceful we will be later. Being on expo means being the last point of contact between the food that gets prepared in the kitchen and before it goes out to the table. I'm a little particular about the way I like my expo station setup because everything has to be at an arm's length or literally 2 steps away walking from me. I don't want to be struggling in the middle of service, scrambling for this, scrambling for that, looking for some things. This is my expo, this is my hot holding station, and this is also my pass. This is my ticket trail. I really love a traditional expo ticket system. I'm a little old-fashioned. It's thrilling and it's very joyful when a dish that goes out of the kitchen, you get to mark it off. I feel like the electric way just doesn't give you that same set of satisfaction. This is where all the magic happens. What I have right now is the team every day puts up a little sampling of all the sauces, all the bases that we have in-house. And I'm going to taste them. I'm going to give my feedback to the team while they continue doing their work. This is the time where we can fix it if something's going wrong. The tomato chutney needs salt, huh? Yes. This is too thick, so when you do heat it, we're going to thin it down with a little bit of cream. Huh? Okay. Just fix those two. The rest is good. Thank you. Thanks, guys. It is 5 o'clock. It's showtime now. They're coming in now. This is when the push starts. So now you'll see a bunch of tickets coming in. Can I have the sauce, please, for the bone marrow? 4 spoons, please. You have the cauliflower inside? Yes. Can I have a cauliflower setup, please? I need the cheese for the cauliflower. Queso para cauliflower. These are amazing. So we use everything in-house is from Le Creuset, but they also have these coasters which are magnetic. So what happens is that they get placed on and then the hot pot directly comes onto these. So it just catches on and it's perfect. You don't need to lay out another coaster. There's no worry about the coaster slipping on with the hot tray. Everything's magnetic. Everything's designed for Le Creuset. So it's kind of genius. Other restaurants, food is usually cooked and sauteed and then it's plated into the bowls. At Adda, what we do is that everything is fired fresh to order in the same pots that it's served in. We wanted to mimic the feeling that you get when you eat at someone's home. Because back home in India, when we cook, the food just came off the stove to your table. Nah. So that wasn't up to temp, so I had to send it back to the kitchen. If the temperature is not correct, the time's not correct, it just gets sent back. They either refire it, they reheat it, nothing leaves the kitchen if it's not up to the standard that I want it to be at. I learned this at 11 Addison Park actually. They would say, make it nice or do it twice, and that's the philosophy that we kind of follow here. These are my 2 best friends in the kitchen. This helps me make sure that everything's up to the correct temperature, nothing's going cold, and this allows me to reheat things right before it hits the tray. It's It's just a simple picnic butane burner, but so helpful and such a incredible tool. It's 6:10 p.m. I have a long day, a lot more tables coming in. I need you to get the hell out of here. You've been great, but I need to focus on work now.